day and age, you throw quick passes, you get the ball outside, you loosen up some of those defenders, and then you cut them in the middle and you run the football aggressively. If you can stay balanced, if you can run and you can pass, that's a recipe for a lot of success on football fields on Friday nights.
Well, here come the OOLAGAH Mustangs, visiting team for today's first round playoff action. In case you are wondering, it didn't matter what these two teams finished. Everybody made the playoffs in Oklahoma high school state football this year. If you wanted to, you could opt out. Both of these teams opting in, but it didn't mean that either one of these teams were necessarily bad. Sallisaw finished 4th in the 4A4, whereas OOLAGAH, they in a normal year wouldn't have made it as the fireworks go off over here in the end zone. OOLAGAH finished 5th in the 4A3, and well, we'll talk a little bit more about this later, but this OOLAGAH team is familiar with next week's opponent in Wagner. They have played them before and didn't end very well for OOLAGAH. But right now, all eyes on us here at Sallisaw. We're going to take a quick break right before halftime, get you ready for game day here on Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
Whether your roads are dirt, paved, or if you're blazing new trails, the roads we travel lead to all of our most cherished places and people. Bravado Wireless strives to keep you connected wherever the roads may take you. We are the leader in wireless mobility and connection in Oklahoma and across the nation. We carry some of the market's top cell phone brands, fast, reliable home internet, and even greater customer service. Locally owned and operated right here in eastern Oklahoma. So whatever roads you travel, Bravado Wireless has them covered. From beginning to end. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
What's the season all about? It's about people, places, and a feeling of how thankful we are because of where we are, especially during the holidays. So stay connected with Bravado's best deal of the year. Get a free smartphone with 2 months free service when you bundle unlimited home internet and unlimited
Away in the first round of the 4A playoffs. They'll be fielded at the 20-yard line by the OOLAGAH Mustangs. Running left side, getting to the 40-yard line. That is Wade Bright, the senior. And good starting field position for the Mustangs here on their first drive.
Yeah, great field position to start off this game. See how this offense operates. You do see the starting quarterback coming into the game, and you, like you said, Seth, see a little bit of a limp in there.
Now Blake Salt is going to take the shotgun snap. We'll see how mobile he is in today's game. It's something to look out for. Run left side, physical, all the way out to the 50-yard line. We said his name once, we'll say it again. That's Wade Bright. Lined up in a pistol formation behind Salt, and he picks up, we'll call it 9, getting all the way out to the 49-yard line.
And that was a great job by the offensive line. Opened up a big hole to start off this game, going right after that left tackle.
Once again, Bright behind, and it's a busted play. We're going to have to see Salt's mobility here. And he turned to the left, and Bright went to the right. He thought that ball was probably going to go to the man in motion. Instead, Salt, you can see he's getting up very gingerly. He did not look like he was full speed ahead that time.
He did not look like he wanted to run that football at all. This running back in the backfield has to know that he is not running the football. You got to take it. That's a miscommunication by both of those dudes back there in the backfield.
Running straight ahead, Sallisaw brings pressure. Bright answers with a first down, moves into Sallisaw territory.
Bright getting to the second level with ease every time he touches the football.
Good first step as well from Bright. You see here on the Bravado Wireless replay. Sallisaw brought pressure off the edge, but that doesn't matter when you're running straight up the middle. First down, the Mustangs, as I said, move into Sallisaw territory. Man in motion going across to the far side of the screen. Cade Riddle. We're going to give it to Bright again. Bright, nice little cut at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward for 2, but staying home with Sallisaw.
Yeah, that's a good job by Bright, trying to just get up the field and get what he can get, because the Sallisaw defense did a good job, especially number 4, Parker Jackson, getting up there, cutting off the edge, filling that hole. Again, staying with the 20-21 personnel, 2 backs in the backfield, 1 tight end down here.
Salt's going to pass, looking deep. He's got a man running wide open, but overshot him.
And you can see the coaching staff jumping up and down, knowing that they had a touchdown right there, and just a little too far for the intended receiver.
Matt McGuire was all alone. Salt's kicking himself for missing that one.
And that's how you do it. Yes, this is the old school football, the run setting up the pass.
You mentioned that in the pregame show that's how Sallisaw is going to do it. Sallisaw is going to do it with the pass setting up the run. We're going to see 2 different types of offenses here in this game. See how they match up and see who wins. Salt going to the air again on 3rd and long. Has time, has a man, overshoots him, and it's intercepted at the 30-yard line. Running right, space to run. It's A.J. Streeter. Streeter knocked down, lost the ball, but he was down. Streeter, right place, right time on 3rd down. Steps in front of the Salt pass, and I think that was also a little wide for his intended target.
Yeah, chased down and tackled by number 5, Devin Anchorage. But because of his ankle, you can see when he's taking that 3-step drop, he does not look comfortable back there, and I think that's making his passes sail a little bit more. You can tell by the reaction of the coaching staff that that's a pass, that first one where he missed, where it could have been a touchdown, that's a pass he normally makes, and they were upset that he missed it. Hey, this is going to be an interesting ball game if he stays in there.
Yeah, that's 6 points off the board. We're going to get an offsides on OOLAGAH coming into the neutral zone and passing it. That was really interesting. Devin Anchorage on the top side of your screen just was looking at the ball, not looking at the receiver, and he looked up, Dion, and he was right next to the receiver, like touching the receiver. You don't see that every day.
Got to check the ball, even if you're on the outside.
Free 5 yards, and for the first time, we're going to get to the Sallisaw Black Diamond offense, see how this air raid will set up the run.
Showing the cover 3 early. See if they roll into man.
Jackson McTire in the gun. Hard count, and it's going to become a penalty. And the free 5 yards that Sallisaw picked up, they're going to go right back, as I believe that was on Riley Scavo.
And you got to understand, the reason he jumps is OOLAGAH showing blitz right up the middle, and everybody's trying to count their mans and making sure that they got a hat on a hat. They see that, they get a little nervous, playoff nerves kick in, and he jumps a little bit.
Well, the ball's gone back and forth, but we are where we started, and once again, we're going to move 5 yards forward now. Just back and forth we go, as Michael Scott would say, snip, snap, snip, snap. 9:40 to go, first quarter. There is no score in...
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
9:40 to go. Jackson McTire, we've yet to see an official play for Sallisaw on offense. McTire looks over to his head coach, Randon Lowe. They're going to run the RPO, giving left side running and being dropped in the backfield. That is Payson Dotson. Dotson, a junior. He loses a yard.
He gets
2nd and 6.
He gets clotheslined by number 59, Brody Spagatol. Sappington.
It's okay.
I was close.
Off some rust. McTire trying to go deep, but good coverage in the back by the OOLAGAH Mustangs. He's dropped with, I would definitely credit that as a coverage sack.
Yeah, and number 15 gets the reward for that, Cade Ridley.
Brings up 3rd down and long for Sallisaw. They're going to go with 2 wide to each side of the field. McTire going to throw only a 3-man rush for OOLAGAH. He's got a man right at the 50-yard line. Pass complete. First down. Black Diamonds on the catch was Riley Scavo.
And that's a great job by the quarterback. Watch the replay. It's cover 4. Look at the safety reading number 2. And the sweet, honey, soft spot right here, that deep outside third, and he hits it right on the money.
Yeah, it was a good cut. Joseph Griswold, the OOLAGAH Mustang in coverage that got beat that time. 1st and 10 ball just short of the 50-yard line. Given not a whole lot doing, but now bouncing it outside and making 2-3 guys miss. That's the running back, Caden Smith. Or pardon me, wrong team on that side. That's Payson Dotson. Dotson did a good job of making something out of nothing.
That's extraordinary effort because the whole time they've been on the field, these linebackers have been crashing into that A gap, crashing into that B gap, and making it look like it's no running lanes there. He decides to bounce it outside and get what he can get, and what he does is get 3 yards.
Trips to the far side. Dotson moves in motion that way as well. McTire alone. McTire's going to keep it. McTire falling forward. He'll pick up 1. Brings up 3rd down and intermediate. This is where Sallisaw, they have a whole playbook to get these 6 yards.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that play call right there. It's a situation where this team has been loading up that A-gap the whole time, and you decide to run quarterback draw, and it goes for 1 yard.
OOLAGAH on 3rd down. The last 3rd down elected to drop into coverage. We'll see what they do here on 3rd and intermediate. Dotson motion to the other side of Jackson McTire.
Looks like they're showing man-to-man defense.
3 down linemen for OOLAGAH. Looks like they're going to bring 2 off the edge. They do, bringing 5. We got a flag. It's going to be holding as the pass is complete at the 20-yard line. 1st down for Sallisaw to Riley Scavo, but we're going to have to see if this one doesn't come back. It's going to be holding, I believe, is the initial call. You check it out right up the middle.
And although it's a good job by the quarterback, because look, they're playing man-to-man defense. The quarterback has outside leverage. They look at that and that's easy money. Post route right down the middle, no deep safety help. They make a nice pass, although it's a holding, so they do have to come back. But look for them to try to execute that again. They got to get that corrected on the defensive side. If you're going to man-to-man defense and there's no safety in the middle, you got to get inside leverage. You have to. And if the reason they completed that is because he didn't.
Isaac Zhang was the one that they stunted. He's a linebacker. You're going to see him now. He's going to come out in coverage. He was a linebacker that time and stunted into the middle and caused the holding penalty. So 3rd down and quite a ways for Sallisaw. We'll call it 21. This is where you just don't want to make a mistake if you're Sallisaw. McTire going back. Ball's up in the air. Pass in and out of the hands. You can tell that a favorite target of McTire will be Ty McHenry. That pass falls incomplete. He's going to bring up 4th down. And a good job that time by OOLAGAH of forcing McTire out of the pocket and not letting him be comfortable.
The thing about McIntyre right now, what I'm noticing from his balls is they float in the air quite a bit. So if this defense can read and react and have a good timing on the football, they can make some plays on it. He's giving them time.
Snap is high, but it will be fielded. Punts away, and it's high. Going to run towards the 40-yard line. Give a little favorable Sallisaw roll, but it'll be good field position once again for OOLAGAH. 1 possession in on offense. Dion, how do you want to see them adjust here on their 2nd possession?
Here's the thing. They had a lot of success running off tackle, and they need to get to it. The passing game is being affected by this ankle, and I'm not going to lie. I'm concerned, and I think this OOLAGAH offense and offensive coordinator should be as well.
Sallisaw lining up with 4 down defensive linemen to try and counter the jumbo set from OOLAGAH. Running right tackle and just not going to be brought down by an arm tackle as Wade Bright. That's a bigger guy. He's stout running it up the right tackle. Picks up 2 yards.
And I think that was Ty McHenry that got in that backfield first and really made an effect on the running play, because it took all of Bright's effort to pull away and try to get some positive yardage.
OOLAGAH is going to have to complete some passes just to keep Sallisaw honest. You can see right now they've got 6 guys in the box. 7, pardon me. Bright, fake. Salt steps up in the pocket, throwing deep and overshoots his intended target. Pass, Devin Anchorage was the intended target, but is the ankle affecting the fact that Salt is missing everything high?
Yeah, I think so, because he can't right now, lean on that ankle and drive off that front foot. You can't step into the throws. And because of that, everything's drifting on him. But good job by number 1, Kilpatrick, staying on top of that wide receiver. That's the second time they've tried to hit the post.
4 wide this time. We've got a flag before the play. It'll be a false start against the Mustangs. That'll back them up 5 and turn third down and long to third down and longer. We'll call it 13. Just under 6.5 minutes to go. Here in Sallisaw, round 1 of the 4A playoffs. And man, Dion, it feels good to have playoff football. When we started this season way back in August, we didn't know if we'd make it here. It is so good to be here in Sallisaw for some playoff football.
You're certainly right about that. No week is promised in this 2020
Blake
season.
Salt throws this one up. It's a jump ball. Pass complete at the 30-yard line. Huge catch that time, Devin Anchorage. And OOLAGAH finally comes down with a long pass play. This is one of the hardest passes that Salt's completed all day.
What a play. Man-to-man coverage on the outside. You can see the cornerback. He's drifting in the air trying to backpedal and doesn't make a play on the ball.
It's just man-to-man coverage and Anchorage being better than the defender that time. You see him. He's at the bottom of your screen. They're going to give it on a pop pass, and balls comes out. Sallisaw recovers. A huge momentum shift here in Sallisaw. OOLAGAH completes their first pass of the game, gets it just short of the red zone, and then fumbles it away.
And he never had complete control of it. You can see when he's pitched that ball forward by Salt, it's pitched a little in front of him, and he's trying to grasp it and hold it while he's trying to make a cut. He never got complete control of it. Check it out one more time.
I believe the running back here is A.J. Stinter.
You can see, watch the pitch. It's kind of in front of him. He bobbles it, doesn't have complete control of it before a defender gets in there.
Fumble recovered by who other than Parker Jackson. McTire gives a nice move at the 30-yard line, cutting it with space to run.
And a mean stiff arm to finish off the run.
We got a flag on the play, but right around the 50-yard line. Great job that time by Payson Dotson. He shows that he's not just a straight-ahead back. He's got a few moves to him as well.
Watch that move between the tackle to stop on a dime and make a defender miss and keep on going forward. I like the way he runs the football. But the penalties are going to have to cease in this game. Every time we have a big positive yardage gain in this early first quarter, it's been brought back.
And Dion, you're in a game 11. Why? I mean, offsides penalties really shouldn't be happening in game 11.
Yeah, those are things you got to take care of early in the season. Championship teams and teams that win in playoffs do not beat themselves. And right now, there's been a couple plays here that is plays that you have that beat yourself in games.
I'm going to clarify, that last play was not offsides, but holding. See the run up the middle gives the Black Diamonds a few yards, but regardless, these almost management offsides and management penalties have got to stop when you hit playoff time. These are things that need to be settled week 1, 2, 3.
Most certainly.
And yeah, granted, some of these teams didn't get a week 1, 2, 3, but Sallissaw's played 9 games, and I believe OOLAGAH has played 8. So these are things that should be sorted out. McTire looking, nobody open, coming back to the quarterback, pass incomplete. That time Blake Brown. Take another look at this replay, Dion. You see both the receivers. There's things I'm sure that you know as a former D1 athlete called scramble rules, right? When your quarterback gets out of the pocket, the receivers need to either come back to the quarterback, and nobody was really helping out McTire that time in the backfield. Everybody was still running their routes, and that's why that pass fell incomplete.
Yeah, and that's a good job by McIntyre, just seeing that there's nothing there and throwing the ball away. I mean, it's still 3rd and 5, and you didn't put your team in a very challenging situation by taking a sack.
3rd and 5. McTire pumps once. He was trying to go to his tight end, Ty McHenry. McHenry was not paying attention, though. McHenry was open at about the 35-yard line. McTire decides to keep it himself, and Sallisaw's going to have to punt again. A defensive battle here early.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious to see what made him hold on to that football, because that little beat right there allowed that blitz to come in and make a play in the backfield.
This time the snap is good, and the punt is even better. We fielded at the 30-yard line. Fair caught. I believe that is Bright on the receiving end. It is indeed. Wade Bright, the senior. He doesn't want this to be his last high school football game. I'll let you know this game is brought to you by Bravado Wireless. Check out your local Bravado Wireless dealer. They've got the new iPhone if you're looking for that. Maybe a Christmas present, Thanksgiving present. They can hook you up there. And you do not even have to go into the store. You can give them a call, check them out online. Your local Bravado Wireless dealer is ready to hook you up.
Oh, they got the 12?
Oh, they got the 12.
Well, hopefully the number 12 for OOLAGAH plays better on this drive, because they need him to, certainly do.
You can see that right angle. I mean, he's, after handing the ball off, just hopping on his left foot. Because we have another penalty against OOLAGAH. Can't shoot yourself in the foot when you're trying to win the playoff game on the road.
It's going to be interesting to see at halftime how many penalties both of these teams have. That's the only positive from it, but both of them are, kind of shooting themselves in the foot right now. So it hasn't made a big difference in the game, but it has made a difference in 0 points being on the board.
The two tight ends set. I call those tight ends the guys that are in the backfield off the line. Do you call those tight ends or backs?
Up backs.
Running right side, Wade Bright. Pick up good yardage. Picks up the 5 that OOLAGAH lost on the penalty. Brings up 2nd and 10. Why do you call them backs?
Because they're in the backfield, and so when you want to look at a formation, and I'll call this out throughout the game. Right now, you see 1 tight end, 3 backs in the backfield. So you got a 31 personnel because you have 3 backs, 1 tight end. Every now and then, there's no tight ends out there.
Right.
So you got a 30 personnel, 3 backs, 0 tight ends.
3:45 to go. Pass over the middle, in and out of the hands. That time, Devin Anchorage. So again, the pass is high. That is not right on the money, but that one hit Anchorage's hands, and I'm sure he wants that one back.
Yeah, take a look at this. One step drop, outside leverage, puts that ball on the money, and Anchorage is still running.
And I think those are the plays that if you are OOLAGAH in the passing game that you want to hit. You want those 1-step drops because your quarterback is not mobile. He's not going to be able to do the 5, 7-step drops. So those quick passes, slants, maybe some curls, anything like that just to get your quarterback in rhythm, I think would be advantageous for OOLAGAH. Bright with the 3-step drop this time. Pardon me, that's not Bright. Pass falls incomplete. That was the quarterback, Blake Saul.
And here's the thing, and here's the question that you start having to think about if you're OOLAGAH. You have this quarterback out here not to run because we've seen him walk. He's barely making it to the sideline. We've seen him run the football. He is not effective in that aspect of the game right now. Now you're keeping him in this game to make throws and manage this offense and keep them moving forward. He has missed high on countless of throws right now, and that's because he can't step forward and plant on that ankle, and everything's drifting high. Do you start to think, hey, back up, start to get warmed up, because he's ineffective right now?
Yeah, it might be. 3:25 left to go in the first quarter. We're going to take a quick break here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. No score in Sallisaw, Oklahoma.
Hi, we're Bravado Wireless. You may have seen us at your local events and wondered just exactly what we do. We provide the highest quality cell phone service, specializing in outstanding coverage, both locally and nationwide. We're headquartered right here in Oklahoma, with multiple store locations in eastern Oklahoma. We provide the most affordable, unlimited talk.
Welcome back into the Bravado Wireless game of the week. Riley Scavo, pass complete to him, and that is a first down for Sallisaw. You saw McTire get the ball up to Scavo on a slant route, something that we would like to see OOLAGAH do. Sallisaw is just attacking the soft spots in the OOLAGAH defense.
Well, they're seeing the coverages and they're executing perfectly. Two-man outside leverage, you hit the inside.
OOLAGAH looks to be bringing 5. Now linebacker drops. They're bringing 6, and you got a flag on the play. That was not going to go anywhere, and it's going to go even more nowhere. That doesn't make any more sense.
Something like that.
It's going to go even less forward as it goes backwards. That makes sense too, right?
Still trying.
It's a loss of 5. It was a false start. Try to get creative.
Stick to the numbers.
1st and 15, ball on the 43-yard line. Sallisaw really not able to get out of their own way here early. OOLAGAH bringing pressure once again. McTire getting chased from behind. He's going to be sacked. Huge sack for the OOLAGAH defense. Coming off the blind side was Isaac Zhang. Zhang, the linebacker. You take another look at the top of your screen on the line, on the defensive line. Nobody picks him up, as you talked about at the beginning of the game, that it's just defense and offense is kind of just a math game, whether you're not going to run or pass. That time, OOLAGAH brought more than Sallisaw could defend. Block. Clock running just above 2 minutes. OOLAGAH showing pressure again. They're going to bring it this time. It's picked up. Screen pass complete, but drugged down from behind. Good awareness that time by the defensive lineman, Brody Sappington. Sappington turns around, gets off of his block, and is able to get the running back in the backfield and really didn't allow Payson Dotson to go anywhere.
Good job by the offensive line picking up the blitz that time. Still nothing open down the field till he hits the check down.
It's going to be 3rd and long, 22. McTire's going to have to look. They're going to set up a pass, and camping on the pass, coming with a huge tackle, is Caden Smith. Smith was not fooled as Sallisaw's trying to set up that screenplay. There's not a lot doing. Good job, good awareness by Smith. Find the running back.
Very good job to sniff it out, because it's 3rd and long. Either they're going to throw deep or they're going to run a screenplay, and he was not fooled at all.
Coming up on a minute left in the first quarter, and we're going to see once again another punt. Wade Bright back deep for OOLAGAH. He's going to get this side-winding kick. Bounces high. He's going to field it at the 20. He's going to fall on it, not allow it to take an even friendlier Sallisaw roll. This is some of the worst field position that OOLAGAH's had all game long. With 49 seconds to go, maybe they can get something positive moving into the second quarter.
Yeah, and they need to do exactly what you've talked about. They need to get some quick passes out there to make their quarterback Salt feel more comfortable, and they also need to run the football.
We're going to see Salt in at quarterback. It looks like OOLAGAH is going to make a change. Coming in at quarterback is number 8, Joseph Griswold. Right before the second quarter, we're going to see what Griswold does. He fakes the end around, keeps it himself, runs up the middle, right behind his center, picks up positive yards. We'll call it 4, 2nd and 6 upcoming. They are going to have to run one more play, as the play clock and game clock are basically the same. But a good first play there for your sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, quarterback draw, get him comfortable. You know, a lot of quarterbacks say you don't really get into the game until you take that first hit. Allow him to run between the tackles, get comfortable in that surrounding, and make something happen for your offense.
He's back there by himself, so either he's going to pass it or going to run it. Or I guess they could do this. He fakes the end around, and he's going to keep it this time dropped in the backfield. Not fooled at all, and getting upfield pressure was Ty McHenry.
And he took a bad fall, ladies and gentlemen.
Griswold.
He's limping off the field right now.
Griswold is coming up pretty limp as well. We'll have to get back to you on that injury as we switch sides of the field. 12 minutes in the book. Griswold falls to the ground here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. We'll update you on what's happening here after the break. 12 minutes in, 0-0 the score here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
Whether you're driving through town or taking the scenic route, Bravado Wireless has a plan for your journey. For a limited time, you can get a Samsung device on us. So wherever your journey may lead, Bravado Wireless has you covered. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find stores near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
This holiday season, give the gift that feels like home with Bravado's best deal of the year when you bundle unlimited talk, text, and data and unlimited home internet. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com for details.
Welcome back into Sallisaw, Oklahoma, 4A matchup between the Sallisaw Black Diamonds and the OOLAGAH Mustangs. And as you see at the very, very top of your screen, limping to the sideline is the backup quarterback for the OOLAGAH Mustangs, number 8, Joseph Griswold. Coming back into the game is going to be the starting quarterback, Blake Salt, but just as Griswold comes up a little limp, so will Blake Salt, as we mentioned multiple times throughout the broadcast. He's limping on that right foot, but this is going to be an opportunity for Salt to come back in, maybe be a little more comfortable in the game plan, see if he can't execute some throws here. Salt rolling to his right. He's going to set up a screen pass. Ball batted. Falls incomplete, and that's about the best result you can hope for right there for OOLAGAH.
Yeah, and I don't know if I would call that play call when my quarterback is limping on and off the field. Throwing in motion with spread out pass, a throwback screen. That's asking a lot from him.
Is indeed. Back to punt for OOLAGAH is Blake Oliphant. Back to receive is Cole Stevens, a freshman for Sallisaw. And Oliphant does not get a hold of this one at all. It's going to take a friendly Sallisaw bounce, go all the way to the 28-yard line. That's the momentum that you need if you're Sallisaw. Your offense has had some trouble getting going. Hey, what's 34 yards sitting between you and the end zone?
And the reason for that is Oliphant had to rush the procedure, rush the process, and because of that, he kicks the front end of the ball and goes nowhere.
Best opportunity of the night for the Black Diamonds. Jackson McTire in the game at quarterback. See to his left, running back is Isaiah Blaylock. Blaylock defined as a slasher by his head coach. We'll see if he can utilize some of that speed. Blaylock running out to the right side. Comes with a few stiff arms. If he can get the edge, he finishes it with a nice lowering of the shoulder and picks up the first down. Great first run that time by Isaiah Blaylock.
Yeah, that's impressive. Bouncing it to the outside and then taking on defenders when he gets to the sideline. Look at this, nice stiff arm. And then watch him lower his shoulder right here, keep his feet, and keep on moving forward for a first down.
Quickly up to the line goes Sallisaw. Blaylock again running left side this time. Still with space to run. Good job by the front of Sallisaw. But really it was space running east-west, not north-south. Blaylock does pick up 2. McTire in the gun. Blaylock beside him once again. This time they fake it. McTire with room to run. McTire at the 10. Tries to make a man miss. Cut back towards the inside. A fall at the 8. Coming up with the tackle for OOLAGAH is A.J. Streeter.
So check out this zone read right here. Doing a good job. Read the end. Great block over there on the outside. If he could just get one more block. That's a good job by the cornerback. Buying time. Slipping off the block late. And making the tackle, saving the touchdown.
I didn't see that on the initial play, but I believe that was the tight end. No, that was the left tackle for Sallisaw coming up with a huge block. That is Trevor Sparks. Sparks, a senior, and he laid the lumber that time on a defensive end.
Yeah, he certainly did, and I think this Sallisaw team is finding their ways of running the football and being a little successful. Great field position to start off the drive, but they've done a good job of running the football and making things happen.
And 1st and 7, so 1st and goal from the 7. Dion, I don't see any way that on these next 4 plays, if it takes you 4 plays, that you go to the air.
Yeah, I mean, other than to stay balanced, I mean, they haven't had a lot of success in the air right now, so I don't see why you do as well. You've had success running the football. Continue to do so and try to pound the rock into that end zone.
If you're OOLAGAH, could you try and bait them maybe into throwing? Because that seems like your best defense has been Sallisaw in the passing game. trying to complete passes. You try and see if you can't make it.
What they've been doing is blitzing the whole game, loading up those A-gaps and loading up on the outside as well. I would say, you know what? Stick your face in there, get into those running lanes, and try and stop them from getting this first down.
It's an interesting snap formation. McTire goes under center, and everybody shifts for Sallisaw. Running right. Looked like space to run, but tripped up at the 3-yard line.
And interesting to see that he chose to go back to his left side because all the blocking was towards the right there.
Yeah, it looked like Dotson could have lunged for the end zone if he would have.
But he saw a lane, and he definitely got tripped up right before he was going into the end zone.
10 minutes to go in the second quarter. McTire under center again. Dotson straight ahead. Dotson goal line. Dotson end zone. Touchdown, Sallisaw. The Black Diamonds strike first here in this 4A matchup in the playoffs. 9:56 to go, and finally that monkey is off of the Sallisaw Black Diamonds back.
Yeah, they simply go heavy package. We're going to run it straight at you, and they certainly did. And they smack it into the end zone.
Looks like Sallisaw is going to go for 2. Still in that formation. It's a snap to the left side. Getting through a tackle and getting into the end zone is once again facing Dotson. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage, but Dotson comes up with it. You got to respect this 2-point conversion.
It's the swinging gate. It's one of those design plays that you see. They pitch it over to the outside, and a good job by Dobson just keeping his feet and getting into the end zone once again.
That's a formation that's been kind of useful here as of late in college football. Just, something different. Most of the time you show them a look, and if they don't respect it, then you go for it. That time, OOLAGAH, it looked like Sallisaw had enough guys to block, so they went for it, and it worked out.
It's one of the oldest things that, I think they brought it out in the 80s, and some teams still go with it for extra points, and they show it. They test the defense and see if you plan for it, see if you're ready for it. Look right here. You can see they saw an advantage on tape, and they went for it, and that's 2 points.
And OOLAGAH was there. They had a guy in the backfield, just a missed tackle, and Dotson's not an easy guy to bring down at all.
Yeah, he has a lot of balance. You can see on these runs where people are taking shots at him, he stays on his feet, and he's able to keep moving forward.
Dotson's going to be a wrestler in college. He's got some moves of his own, as he showed right there, and not easy to take down to the ground either. OOLAGAH been struggling on offense all day long. They need to respond here, Dion.
Certainly do. See how they go about it.
The way will be fielded at the 20. Wade Bright, full steam ahead, still on his feet. He's going to be brought down at the 45. He almost squirted out of there. Good field position once again for OOLAGAH. See how they respond after Sallisaw gets on the board first in the second quarter.
See the quarterback trotting out. See which one they got, and it looks like it's still Salt. Going to be behind center.
Blake Salt lines up, Wade Bright beside him. Offset pistol. Give Bright, hitting the backfield, dropped for a loss. Right there before Bright could even get the ball was Trenton Jones.
And watch this play right here. He just decides to go underneath both of the blocks, and because of the timing of the play, he's sitting right there and able to make a nice tackle for loss.
Jones, two-sport athlete, plays baseball for Sallisaw as well. He can run it up there to the high 80s on the mound. Blake Salt tried to get the defensive line to jump.
Nobody crossed that neutral zone. Play on.
Play clock at 1. Just get it off. Salt looking to throws. Got a man wide open. Ball floated but complete at the 40-yard line.
It's a nice route by Anchorage. Nice double move. Check it out. He runs the post and out.
And just a lot of space over there. Sallisaw giving them that almost, and Anchorage comes up with a big pass completion. He's been the favorite target for Salt in the passing game. Motioning to the far side of the line, that's Chance Bauman. Give, Bright. Hey, you'll take 4 or 5 yards every single time you run it up the middle.
Yeah, it's a big hole and a good job by Bright.
You look on the far sideline looking for number 8. That's the backup quarterback, Joseph Griswold. Griswold also plays a big key on defense and offense for the OOLAGAH Mustangs. He's lying on the trainer's table, legs propped up, helmet off. It doesn't look like he's coming in anytime soon. Give up the middle, Bright, still on his feet, tackled at the 28-yard line. Pick up the first down, and OOLAGAH's got something moving here, trying to respond to the Sallisaw touchdown. It is Morrow. Morrow almost stayed on his feet, got tripped up right around the first down mark. If he could have stayed on his feet, he would have been into the end zone. Morrow, sophomore running back. Being an anchor for the OOLAGAH Mustangs on this drive. Blake Salt in the gun, favoring his right ankle. Morrow, this time not a lot doing. Brought down by 2-3 Sallisaw defenders. He dropped for a loss of 1, brings up third down. Sallisaw in the all-black uniforms today. Here, Dion. Those are some nice-looking threads.
Threads?
Threads. I said threads. Is that not?
How old are you, 55?
Okay, anyway.
But yes, the uniforms do look good. Quite spiffy, don't you think?
Okay. I'll give you a insight into those uniforms after this play. Pass, screen, left side, nothing doing. A.J. Streeter dropped
And that's
on the tackle. That time is Sim Kilpatrick.
And that's a nice now pass, okay? Quick screen to the wide receiver, but you gotta block if you're gonna be out there. You have to execute blocking out there. Anchorage, you can see hands, palms to the sky, and the defender takes full advantage of him, gets around, and makes an excellent play and causes a 4th down in the red zone.
Yeah, unless you're checking for rain, those palms never need to be towards the sky. 6 minutes to go, second quarter. OOLAGAH looks to the sidelines, going to call a timeout. They didn't like the play that they had called. That's their second timeout taken of the half, and we'll take it with them. 6:01 to go. 8-0 is the score in Sallisaw in favor of Sallisaw. Here on the Bravado Wireless.
This holiday season, give the gift that feels like home with Bravado's best deal of the year when you bundle unlimited talk, text, and data and unlimited home internet. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com for details.
Well, I teased it a little earlier, so you see Sallisaw on your screen there, Dion. You want to know a little bit more about their jerseys?
I'm interested. Let's go.
All right, so if you take a closer gander at their jerseys towards the front, you'll see a Jumpman on there. Yes, indeed, that is the Air Jordan brand. And there are 3 teams in the state of Oklahoma that have that Air Jordan brand. One of them is Mustang High School. One of them is Sallisaw, and one of them is the University of Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's the big one.
So there's only 3 teams, and I talked to head coach Randon Lowe before the game. How did you get these new uniforms? Just like anything else in life, he said, I knew a guy.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say I asked. Ask and you shall receive.
Big 4th down upcoming for OOLAGAH. Looking left, pass. Just out of the reach of Sim Kilpatrick. Salt was looking that way the entire time. It was almost batted down at the line. Kilpatrick couldn't get out of his cut in time, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. A promising drive ends in a turnover for OOLAGAH.
Yeah, and I was interested to see it. You said that it almost was tipped. I thought it might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage, but that was a nice play. Didn't execute it the way they wanted to, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to that one.
Now if you're OOLAGAH, you just need to answer on defense, not let Sallisaw add to their lead. Under 6 minutes. Kilpatrick makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage. What a move from Kilpatrick. He made Devin Anchorage look foolish at the line of scrimmage.
We'll take another look at it. Just a screen pass to the outside. Kilpatrick making a nice move on the outside. And again, if you're going to run those screens, you got to block on the perimeter.
Yeah, not a lot of blocking. Kilpatrick did make a man miss, but he only picked up 1 yard. A lot of show, not a lot of dough. They'll call it 2, so 2nd down and 8. McTire in the gun once again. Fakes the give, looking left the entire way. Now throws right. Pass out of the reach of the wide open Cole Stevens. That time McTire felt the pressure.
Yeah, and that's exactly why that ball was lofted higher than the receiver could go up and grab it. Just a situation where defender in his face, throwing off his back foot, sails over the wide receiver's hands.
Big 3rd down upcoming for Sallisaw. 3rd and 8. They've got to get to the 30-yard line. OOLAGAH showing a 4-man pressure. They bring 4, but a stunt gets to McIntyre, except for he's going to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to be dropped. Coming in from behind is Cade Rydell. Rydell, the senior, sacks McTire.
And you got to know, as a quarterback, the time has to go off in your head. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Get the ball out. You're looking downfield, and all this green is in front of you. Run the football.
Man, it looked like he wanted to. He pumped once, twice, 3 times, just could never make up his mind.
Looking like another number 3 that I'm familiar with, Oklahoma State Spencer Sanders.
4:35 to go. We're going to let that subtle dig just lie. It's going to take a very friendly Sallisaw roll. Back there in cover, or not in coverage, but to receive the kick was Wade Bright. Bright decided to let it go. Probably should have fallen on it, giving yourself a few extra yards. But 4:24 to go. This is where, you talk about a 4-minute offense is normal in football is normally how you're going to run out the clock. But here you want your 4-minute offense to result in points if you're OOLAGAH.
Yeah, certainly. They haven't had any kind of consistency throughout this game other than running the ball successfully early in it. I think they got to go back to that and try and see what they can, especially with a 4-minute offense. Take some time off this clock so you don't allow the Sallisaw team to get another opportunity with the ball in their hands.
Give Bright running left side off tackle. He makes a few defenders miss. Bright still on his feet, running hard. It's just short of the 30-yard line. That's a good 1st down play for OOLAGAH.
Very good. Bouncing everything to the outside and just has the speed to get there.
Pick up a 6 for Bright. 2nd and 4 upcoming. The immobile Blake Salt. Back in the gun, sends a man in motion. Give Bright up the middle, falls forward right at that 1st down marker. We'll have to see where exactly they spot him if they give him the 1st. Good 2nd effort that time by Bright. They will give him the 1st down. Clock will roll, 3:30 to go. Eventually, you got to believe that you're going to have to get either a chunk play on the ground or go to the air.
Yeah, and you can tell that this Sallisaw defense is anticipating the run. They're playing man-to-man and trying to load up that box. OOLAGAH's just doing a good job right now.
5 guys on the line for Sallisaw. Salt steps up in the pocket, goes deep. He's going to overshoot everybody that time. Once again, pass intended for Devin Anchorage. Anchorage had a step, but the ball needed to be in front of him, not behind him.
Yeah, just too much air underneath that pass.
Salt had the right idea. Man-to-man coverage, if you're OOLAGAH, you are going to have to attack that because if Sallisaw loads the box, the run game is going to become ineffective.
Yeah, you're certainly right about that. They do have to stay balanced, but right now you're in a situation where you're behind the chains on second down.
Salt looking left, going to pass again. Curl route pass complete. First down for A.J. Streeter.
And doesn't that play look familiar to you? 5-yard out that they ran right there on fourth down where receiver kind of slips in his break and because of that doesn't get the completion. Well, they went right back to it. Too much cushion man-to-man on the outside. 5-yard out, easy pitch and catch, short side of the field.
And the cornerback Blake Brown that time, as you said, just giving him a little bit too much padding for Streeter. First down for OOLAGAH. Blitz picked up, pass complete on a slant route. That's Anchorage. That time, it was almost a similar play, maybe not as deep, more of a slant than a deep slant rather than a post.
And they finally get what they're looking for. Zero coverage, slant, right in the middle of the field. Easy throw for the quarterback, and they make it look good.
Salt actually stepped into that throw, too. I don't know what it was about it. Maybe he's a little more comfortable. Because this one's going to be heaved up. Potentially dangerous. It falls harmlessly to the ground, intended for Anchorage again. I don't know what it is about this drive, but it does look like the quarterback for OOLAGAH, Blake Salt, is just a little more comfortable throwing the ball. The passes aren't sailing as high overhead.
Yeah, but one thing I do want to talk about right now is this OOLAGAH offense is falling in love with that pass a little bit. You got to remember what got this drive started, just the running game. Go back to it.
Let's see if they do on second down. Sallisaw only 4 down linemen this time. Pardon me, 3, and they bring 2 off the edge. Salt looking to throw again. Pressure coming, and the time ran out for Blake Salt. Brought down by 3-4 black jerseys. And Salt stepped up into the pocket, but you could tell he was uncomfortable, and he knew that somebody was coming as that clock went off in his head.
Again, falling in love with that pass. It is a 4-minute offense. You have too much time on that clock to be sitting here throwing incomplete passes. You're giving too much time on the field for this offense if Sallisaw doesn't complete this third down.
And now you have to pass it. It's third down and long. I mean, I guess you could try and set up a draw or something, but this is the MO of a pass play right here. Is 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Salt gonna roll to his right, setting up a pass to the left, and it is complete. That'll get some of the yardage back for Cade Rydell. This puts you in kind of a unique situation as Rydell comes up limp, and he's going to fall down right in front of the marker on the far side. Take a look at the end of this play, see what happens. It just kind of comes up a little lame.
Yeah, right there. That play is designed so you have a very much more manageable situation on fourth down. Put it in a spot where you can open up your playbook a little bit more, see some options.
Play clock winding down. It's at 5. Chance Ballman had to come on late, and he doesn't know where he's at. Ballman came in for the injured receiver, Cade Rydell. Ballman didn't know which side of the line to line up on, and so OOLAGAH is going to have to take a timeout. 1:31 to go. 8-0 is the score in favor of Sallisaw here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, see if OOLAGAH can complete this fourth down. Big fourth down upcoming for OOLAGAH. Ball placed on the 32-yard line. Quarterback Blake Salt's got offset eye to his left. He's going to go to the air. Fourth straight pass for OOLAGAH. They're going for it all. Up into the end zone. Pass falls incomplete. Intended for Anchorage. On the coverage is Sim Kilpatrick. And once again, OOLAGAH gets it close to the end zone but can't punch it in.
And I like a good defensive stop. Look at the way Kilpatrick plays this. High points the football, makes a nice play at it, and keeps that defender on his back and away from him.
1:24 to go. This is 2-minute offense time for Sallisaw. We'll see if the air raid really turns into the Mike Leach air raid here. Going to the air and see if they can't get some extra points, steal some points here before the end of the half. Give left side. A few stiff arms there, but not a whole lot doing for Isaiah Blaylock.
And that is a good job by him, getting up the field and getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
Does indeed stop the clock. Run on first down. Do you think that that's one of those gauge plays to see if, if you pick up the first down, then maybe you move it, or if you get out of bounds, maybe you can even call a play, pass play here. But if that went for 1 or 2 yards, you could be content with kind of running out the clock before the half.
I think so.
McTire's going to keep it. McTire with room to run towards midfield. He's going to take a hard hit at the 45. You can almost like see him step out of bounds. A little after-action jawing. Looked like that was Devin Anchorage and Brock Strong. 1:11 on the clock. McTire's going to keep it again, running left side. Huge block. McTire, this time he's going to step out of bounds, but not before he picks up a good 15 yards and moves the chains once again for Sallisaw.
That zone range working effectively for these guys. You see 2 pullers coming back side. McTire kind of helps his blocker get up there into the face of the defender. He makes a nice block. Looks like
Trenton Jones with his big block.
There you go.
RPO again. This time McTire's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe went through the well 1, 2, 3 many times. We got a late flag as well on the back end of the play, coming up late off of the ground.
And we didn't see it, but Anchorage and number 8 for Sallisaw, Brock Stroud, they've been going at it for a couple of plays now.
Dion, this is your first broadcast, and this could be some people's first broadcast here on Bravado, even though it is not your first broadcast, but your first broadcast of the year. But we've been talking about this a few times, basically every game. Unsportsmanlike conduct was a focus for the officials this year. I have seen more unsportsmanlike conducts this year than really my entire football career before this. So with that being a focus, you gotta be careful. You gotta be smart on the back end of plays like that so that you don't give the opposing team a free 15 yards.
And you know what's surprising? The fact of the matter that it's been a focus this year and it's been called pretty often. And at week 11, there's still instances where players are getting into it knowing that they're calling those this year.
Yeah, if I know that, then you know for sure that the head coaches of Sallisaw and OOLAGAH, Randon Lowe and Darren Wagner, they know that. And you have to believe that they would communicate that to their team. So, yeah, those are just one of those things where emotions can run high. I'm sure you completely understand that in a football game, but you somehow, some way have to contain that.
That's the thing. In playoff time, you got to control your emotions because those plays, those yardage, they're very important, and it could cost you big time.
Just under a minute. 59 seconds to go in the second quarter. 8-0 is the score in favor of Sallisaw. Sallisaw looking to steal some points before the first half ends. OOLAGAH showing blitz. See if they continue to come. They will. They bring 6. McTire goes to the air. It's a wobbling, dying duck, and it falls straight through the hands of Wade Bright. Bright's going to be kicking himself the rest of this game when he wakes up tomorrow thinking about, how did I not catch that one?
Yeah, and I want to see this play once again because I don't think the quarterback, number 3, Jackson McTire, got his feet set correctly.
Yeah, it looked real awkward.
Yeah, and you could tell by the way the ball was in the air. Like he wanted to throw that ball outside the numbers, and it landed right on the hash.
3rd down and 12. Sallisaw in no man's land, so they might go for 2. Have 2 plays to get the first down. McTire running left side, powers ahead, going to be just short of the 25-yard line. Sallisaw is going to take a timeout with 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Score 8-0 in favor of Sallisaw here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
Planning a weekend away in your camper? Take your Bravado Wireless home internet with you. Right now, our most popular internet plan has been chopped. While other internet providers are stuck at home with all of those wires and your obnoxious neighbor, Hank, you are free to take your wireless router to your home away from home. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back into Sallisaw, Oklahoma. 8-0 is your score in favor of the Sallisaw Mustangs. They're looking to put some more points on the board with just 45 seconds to go in this second quarter. Dion, the run game has really been able to set up the pass for the Sallisaw Black Diamonds on this drive. On fourth down, what do you go to?
You know what? It's a situation where you got to go to the air because of the distance that you have to cover. But I would look for something in that back corner over there, maybe a deep out.
Retire over the middle, pass complete. McHenry to the 10, to the 5. McHenry dives for the touchdown. Sallisaw punches it in for 6. And Ty McHenry comes out with a huge reception. He didn't say, I need the first down. He said, I need a touchdown.
Or maybe you just hit him over the middle with a quick tight end pass. And look at the nifty moves from the big man as he gets all the way into the end zone.
McHenry rumbling and stumbling, giving Sallisaw the 14-0 lead. This time it looks like the Black Diamonds are going to be content to kick the extra point. Kicker Hunter Hutchinson gets his extra point up, and it is through the uprights. Some pressure coming off the right side, but Hutchinson gets it away. And Sallisaw leading by 15.
And all of that started because of the offensive possession. It was a 4-minute drill. OOLAGAH falls in love with the pass play, and because of that, they leave plenty of time for this Sallisaw offense to operate. They see something that's working, and they hit it numerous times, and that's the quarterback run game with that zone read off the left side. They continue to hit it. They get inside the red zone, and they find their big man over the middle, number 40, Ty McHenry, and he takes it into the end zone.
McHenry did a good job. That was a play that he was open earlier. If you remember, it was in the first quarter when Sallisaw, they ended up taking a sack because the quarterback pump faked once. McTire couldn't get the ball out. It's because McHenry wasn't even looking. McHenry this time, he's like, hey, big fella, you want the ball, you got to look for the ball. He looked for the ball that time.
Yeah, that's a quick hitter, and you got to be ready for the ball as soon as that ball is snapped. This time McHenry corrects the mistake. They go back to it. Again, you got to remember, when you have plays that are successful because of, different variables, you go back to it and you execute. Defense got to make those corrections on the sideline.
15-0 to score, 38 seconds to go in the first half. OOLAGAH treading water, backup quarterback for the Mustangs. Joseph Griswold is out. He came in for 2 plays. Pardon me, 2 plays. On the second play, injured his ankle. He's been on the sideline ever since. And Blake Salt, the normal starting quarterback, well, he's been hampered by an ankle injury. So not very well are the Mustangs at the quarterback position. Treading water here in this first half. Some extracurricular activities happening along the OOLAGAH sideline, but it is sorted out by our officials before things can get out of hand. 34 seconds. Are you just content here to kneel the ball, go to halftime, even down 15? Or are you going to try and do something?
Well, I think you try to run the football here and get up the field and see if you can make a nice play. But, yeah, I think you need to go in that locker room and figure some things out offensively, see what's working.
Bright with the give. Bright with space. Bright all alone to the 40. Bright, one man to beat. He can't beat him, but a huge play that time by Wade Bright. He gets to the second level, and now OOLAGAH's got something to go and build off of.
Yeah, now you open up that playback if you're the offensive coordinator. And that's why you give it an opportunity. You run that ball one time to see what you can get. Running back gives them a chance at the end zone here, so let's see what they do.
OOLAGAH, no timeouts, 25 seconds to go. They're going to go to the air. Blake Salt, out route, pass, complete. Anchorage running the wrong way, and he's leveled. Coming in, huge hit from Sallisaw. That is Trenton Jones. Jones, the 4-year starter, laying the lumber.
That's what I talk about, pursuing to the football. He did a great job of pursuing to the football right now and makes Anchorage pay for it.
I thought that was Anchorage caught it, and he had the opportunity to go inside or outside. With no timeouts there, you got to know that you got to at least try to get to the
You
the
got
out-of-bounds.
to coach up your players. You got to explain the situation to them, and they have to know if you catch the ball, if you're running the ball, and you see a cutback lane, and you see the sideline, aim for the sideline.
A big hit by Jones. 12 seconds to go, maybe 2 plays for OOLAGAH to take a shot to the end zone, but before the play, we got a penalty. False start against OOLAGAH, backs them up an extra 5. They should get the 2 seconds back. It ran off of the clock. I don't know if this would be a time when in college football they come over the intercom. It's like our white hat today is trying to put 12.2 seconds back. It's a lot easier said than done, but Sallisaw getting it done. 12.2 seconds on the clock. As I said, probably about time for 2, maybe 3 plays, depending on if you can get to the line of scrimmage and depending if they're complete or not.
Watch the far outside.
Salt not looking that way, looking right the entire way. This bat is way over the intended target. Riley Scavo.
He throws everybody and everything.
6 seconds. This is probably going to be the last play of the half for OOLAGAH.
And right here, you got to give your wide receiver an opportunity. Just put it in the vicinity and let him try and get a chance at the ball in his hands.
Just throw it up because, if it, like you said, if it's intercepted, it doesn't really matter. Just give your receiver a chance. Unless they return it, then it would matter. But you gotta have belief in your team here. Salt looking right, pressure coming, steps up in the pocket, and he's gonna be sacked. Last play of the game of the half, and Salt ends up on the ground. Talking about rubbing salt into a wound, as Blake Salt is very slow to get up and taking a huge hit.
You've been waiting all game to say that, haven't you?
That just came off the top of my head. I don't know what you're talking about. 1 half is in the books. We're going to put 20 minutes on the clock, take a break, but we've got a great ball game here in Sallisaw, and we've got 24 minutes to decide who is going to go on to the second round and whose season is going to end. 15-0 is the score in favor of Sallisaw here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Stay with us. We will have a broadcast of the bands or the cheerleaders, depending on if they go out on the field or not, and set those timers for 20 minutes because that's when we'll come back for the second half here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
When you come home after a long day, Bravado Wireless Home Internet has you covered in your neighborhood or on your farm. For a limited time, our unlimited home internet has been discounted to only $49 per month with the purchase of a $99 router. And get this, the first 3 months of service is on us. So what are you waiting for? Make the switch today and visit us at bravadowireless.com for more info and to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
What's it feel like to make the bold move to Bravado this holiday season? It feels like this, and definitely this. Most of all, it feels like home. And this season, Bravado has deals to keep us connected with the ones who matter most. Like a free smartphone with 2 months free service when you bundle unlimited home internet and unlimited talk, text, and data. Go bold. Go Bravado. For details on all of our holiday deals, visit bravadowireless.com.
season all about? It's about people, places, and a feeling of how thankful we are because of where we are, especially during the holidays. So stay connected with Bravado's best deal of the year. Get a free smartphone with 2 months free service when you bundle unlimited home internet and unlimited talk, text, and data. Go bold. Go Bravado. For details on all of our holiday deals, visit bravadowireless.com.
Keep on moving up, keep on moving up. I can't get enough, no I can't get enough. I'm high, I'm flying, there's nothing I can't become. I'm rising, I'm climbing, our work is never done. Keep on moving up, keep on moving up. I can't get enough, no I can't get enough. Ooh, nah, nah, nah. Keep on moving up, keep on moving up. I feel it, I'm on it, maybe a shake It's about that time. Go. Hey. 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 The game turned me to a monster. No obstacle that I can't conquer. No. Sub me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Whoa. The game turned me to a monster. You can't put me in no shower. No. Sub me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Whoa. The game turned me to a monster.
And it's only getting worse, and you can bet that. For my rivals, my heart is jet black. No frontline men, but watch me dead snap. Tell the whole world it wouldn't take long. Used to be cool, it's time to flame on. Burn domains, I'm taking a throne. Heard the odds is bananas, but I am King Kong. World on my shoulders, ain't no time to be hopeless. Only thing that it does is make the kid more ferocious. Went from being a homie that no one wanted to notice to being the focus for everyone having a motive. The dope is alive, focus is strive. Left me for dead and I always survive. Soul in my mind is a line, I'm a goat. When I die, I'ma be the one he hold as a god.
Started out the bottom from the mud, yeah. Now I gotta jump in with the click, yeah. Rival mode, I came back with a grudge,
The more they declining, the more that I'm climbing. I got the opposing side down to a science. That's without a question. It's upsetting. I see them guys that try to test it. They not impressive. I'm in the opposite direction. Don't want the credit. Entire world in my possessions. What I'm obsessed with.
The game turned me to a monster. No obstacle that I can't conquer. No. Sub me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Whoa. The game turned me to a monster. You can't put me in no shower. No. Sub me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Whoa. The game turned me to a monster.
Tell him back up. Bad luck. You the one that giant back up. That tough. If the cop was a clash of the math and you in contact with a Mack truck. You in a pass once I'm like a basher. Foot on the gas, slapping everyone that gas ya. My numbers on the ball, hold you put your stats up with the faggots. In fact, opinion and a factor. They're gonna hate and I get that. Sorry, yes, they did that. Sorry, yes, kid, I am that. Championship I bring back. Winning and win until then you win that. I'm convinced that I was sent to conquer, which is dominance. It's logic. If it don't kill me, makes me stronger for tomorrow. Then it's at the same, my failures are accomplishments. Opposite, you're a bricklayer. No grit, the quick to call and quits player. Hating on the sideline cause I'm lit player. Staying on the sideline, you're a bench player. And it's I pursue to reach the top and soon use your eyes and watch me make it hide and shoot. I'm on my grind, watch say it's your time to lose. I got a lot, so squats can't even stop this dude. So you dudes are doomed, tell them make room for dude. Pray for him, pray on them, turn on you dudes to fool. Proving how cool I move. Got squish on my true colors like in the Rubik's Cube. Y'all act like it's cool to lose. My instinct to kill all you guys that make news I do's. Proving I rule the room. Who just got me losing to? You.
No obstacle that I can't conquer. No. Sub me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Whoa. The game turned me to a monster. You can't put me in no shower. No. Sub me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Whoa.
Started out the bottom from the mud. Now I gotta jump in with the click. Rival mode, I came back with a grudge.
Let's go.
Unleashed, untamed, on a war campaign. All I'm hearing on the brain, no pain, no gain. Chokehold on the game, make them remember the name. Put my flag down, never back down till I'm all that remains. Put my money where my mouth is, and I put the proof with the claim. Put my enemies where the ground is, got them face down in the grain. Dominate your terrain, leave a path full of flames. You ain't never took a real loss, that's about to be arranged. Let the bridges burn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. You ain't know I was a problem, you bout to learn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. Yeah, we bout to take it way too far. Yeah, we bout to take it way, way, way too far. Let's go. You ain't know I was a problem, you bout to learn.
music, every word burning like fluid. Just a red light running right through it. I do it, I do it. For my people, for my team. For anybody trying to give a dream. Back in the day when it was just a dream. Now look at me, on top of the mountain. Yeah, we float away to the top of the mountain. Yeah, we never coming.
Welcome back into Bravado Wireless. In their game of the week, we are in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, and we are just about set for the second half. We've got a good one. 15-0 is the score in favor of the Sallisaw Black Diamonds, and they scored, Dion, right before the half, and they're looking to add to that lead here with a quick drive and put more points on the board and kind of get this game to where it's on the verge of getting out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, what do they call it in PlayStation when you get 21 skunk? Looking for that 21 skunk. Got to pass the controller.
It took me a second. You said PlayStation, and I immediately went to the new PS5 and like how I haven't gotten one yet. But no, that's different.
Is that like a little hidden message to your wife?
She's not listening.
She's telling her that that's exactly what you want when you come home?
Yeah. Ball fielded running along the right side and with space to run. That's a great way to start the second half. If you're a Sallisaw, especially Cole Stevens, the freshman, getting in on the action there.
Way to come back from halftime. Take a look at the replay right here. You just sees the alleyway and tippy toes down that sideline before Bright can knock him out of bounds.
Good field position for Sallisaw. They've got 3 wide receivers to this near side. Oh, pardon me, 2. I counted the official as one.
He doesn't play on their team.
Nobody was guarding him. 15-0 is the score. Sallisaw with a fantastic drive right before the end of the half to punch it into the end zone. McHenry with his first touchdown of the game. McTire fakes it, running the RPO right this time. Not a lot doing. That RPO was very successful as McTire picks up 2. Very successful to end the half. And what do you want to see from Sallisaw, especially their senior quarterback, Jackson McTire?
Well, right now, I mean, Sallisaw needs to continue to do what they were doing successfully before the half, and that's running the ball and then taking nice attempts down the field. But you got to stay ahead of those chains.
Bouncing it, running to the left side, space to run, goes the running back. Still on his feet at the 40 before he steps out of bounds. That's Payson Dotson. Dotson was quiet on that last drive, comes up with a big first down there, moves Sallisaw into OOLAGAH territory.
Right here, pure speed, just being able to get to the outside and look for that cutback lane. Some of his own players getting in his way, but still, great pickup.
Sallisaw driving 2 first downs. Give running right side, Dotson. Dotson jets through the line. Dotson getting a block from his quarterback down the line. Dotson to the 5. He lunges for the end zone. Touchdown, Sallisaw. Huge block down the field by McTire.
And he flexes on him. Take a look at the replay if we can. Good job finding the cutback on the outside, picking up the big block from the quarterback, showing off the strength and abilities that he has in the open field. And then look at the lower center of gravity. Look at the way Dotson runs the football. Nobody can bring him down with one. And you can see Bright trying to take him out before he hits the pylon. He tries to shove him out of bounds, but still doesn't budge and gets inside the end zone.
Like you said, a good low center of gravity there. The extra point is up, and it is through right in front of that vintage fire truck that is hanging out in the end zone. He gives a nice little whinny, and it is 22-0. And Dion, this game, as I said, if Sallisaw took it down there, they would put it on the verge of getting out of hand. It is on the verge of getting out of hand. 3-score game. OOLAGAH's offense has looked at times capable, but most of the times incapable of moving the ball.
It's looked inconsistent. It's very much looked inconsistent. They had some success earlier in the first quarter running the football, but they've strayed away from it. That's the thing that they need to get back to, is running the football and not falling in love with the passing game, because to be honest with you, your quarterback is not accurate tonight, and nobody expects him to be. You got to help him out a little bit.
You got to run the ball. Now, you're going to get 3 possessions. No matter really what happens the rest of this game, you're only down 3 possessions. You're going to get 3 possessions on offense. You got to hope that your defense holds, but don't abandon the run is what I'm trying to get at. You're not in like all steam ahead air raid like what Sallisaw likes to do at times. You can do what you do, just do it well.
And here's the thing, you're right about that. You've got a lot of time left in this game. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Force the issue is what they like to say. Don't force it.
Right.
You still can run your offense and try to pick up some points and get back into a situation when you're close into this game.
And there's no 22-point play in football. But
I haven't seen one yet.
You've been around the game for a while, so I'll take your word for it.
You calling me old?
You took it that way.
Okay. We'll see.
You inferring something.
Young whippersnappers.
You called me old earlier, so I don't want to hear it. Good kickoff. It's going to roll just short of the goal line. OOLAGAH is going to have to pick it up. Running left now, reversing field, trying to run right. Not a lot doing that time for the return man. Good kickoff for Sallisaw, and not a lot of movement for OOLAGAH. The field crew for our Bravado Wireless Game of the Week would like to give a shout out to Randy Jeffers.
Shout out to Randy.
Go Randy. That was all the information I was given, and I do as I'm told. "11 minutes to go. OOLAGAH on the verge of, well, a good run right here to start things off. As that'll pick up positive yards for the running back Wade Bright. And that's a good start to the drive, picking up solid yards with the run.
They got to continue with that.
I've got some emojis on the far sideline. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the play calls that they're using, the play cards that they're using for the play calls. Bright running right. No, pardon me, that's Murrow. Nate Murrow, the sophomore running back. Full steam ahead, picks up the first down. Ball spotted just short of the 25-yard line. OOLAGAH running the first 2 plays of this drive. See if they go back to it. They do indeed. Up the middle. Not a lot doing that time. Sallisaw doing a good job just clogging the running lanes for OOLAGAH.
It looks like Bright's going to come back into the game. Morrow's going to take an exit. Morrow's a capable runner, though, and I like that aspect of his game, just running north and south downhill. They need to continue to get both these guys in the game so they don't get tired.
It's going to be a reverse for OOLAGAH, setting up and a good play as A.J. Streeter gets to the first down marker, picks up the first. There's a little reverse action, and that's mixing some things up and getting a positive play on a second down.
And a good job by Salt, the quarterback, picking up a nice block and allowing his runner to get to the outside and pick up that first down.
Like Salt said, my ankle may be hurt, but I can still block somebody. I'll take some upper body. OOLAGAH yet to go to the air. They will now. Pass complete to Anchor. Devin Anchorich, pardon me, gets a pass midfield. That's what you want to utilize the passing game for if you're OOLAGAH. Don't take shots. Don't pass it 3-4 times out of the 4 downs that you get. Instead, use the run to set up the pass, and now you keep Sallisaw honest.
Yeah, now you're seeing this offense find a nice little rhythm. Short passes, running game, some reverses. Doing a good job of staying ahead of the chains.
See if they don't go back to the run here. Sallisaw 3 down linemen, but 5 guys on the line. Running left side this time, new running back is Bryce Stevens. Stevens, the senior. They're going to give him 1.5, so it brings up 2nd and 8. It's another back that they're getting in there to spell some guys in the backfield.
And I like this aspect of the game from them. You can tell coming out of halftime, they're going to get a bunch of running backs in here because they're going to need fresh legs. I like this strategy.
And a different look as well. This time, going to the air, OOLAGAH double fake, ball thrown up. There's a lot of contact down there, and The entire OOLAGAH sideline wants a penalty, and they might have a case here, Dion.
And here's the thing. I'm a defensive back at heart, on the field, and for the rest of my life.
You're up here in the booth, too.
Yeah, up here in the booth. But that was pass interference.
that was pass interference on multiple levels. So it was a stop and go, and the quarterback, Blake Salt, he pump faked. When he pump faked, the cornerback had a hold of the wide receiver's jersey.
And that's how they teach it. Once you get a double move like that, you get a collision. You get a collision and you recover. You try to slow down the process of the route. You try to slow down the timing of the route. He did a good job of bumping, but he continued to bump down the field. I'm surprised they didn't call that.
Salt going to the air again, looking for Anchorage. Anchorage behind the defense, and all right, I get the opportunity there, and I know it's third down, but that's there when you ran, or pardon me, if I can get my words out, you passed the ball 2 out of 3 times out of that 3-down set, and that's just not what you're built to do if you're OOLAGAH.
Yeah, and the situation again, once again, they got behind the chains on second down, and because of it, they're facing a 4th and about 8.
It just hasn't been Blake Salt's night either. He just hasn't been very accurate sitting back in the pocket. And, well, what do you expect from a guy with one ankle? Salt, step back to pass, has time. Now he's going to escape the pocket. Throws it up in the air, looking and hoping for Anchorage to come back, but that pass nobody could get to. You see on the far sideline at the 50-yard line throwing his headset. That's Darren Wegner. Wegner, the head coach of OOLAGAH, he wants a penalty. I think that's a little bit of frustration boiling up after that no call on the pass interference. I think he wanted a late hit there on his quarterback.
And rightfully so.
After all the flags that we saw in the first half, none so far here in the second. 8:38 to go. Sallisaw with the ball again and really trying to put their foot on the throat of OOLAGAH. Running left side space to run before he's tripped up. We've got a penalty right at the 50-yard line. Isaiah Blaylock, change of pace slasher for Sallisaw. It's all the way into OOLAGAH territory, but this one looks to be coming back.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call a holding on the outside there. Looks like Brock Strahm.
.8:31 left to go, and it has been all Sallisaw. They lead 22-0, thanks to the great play of their quarterback, Jackson McTire. McTire, the Eastern Oklahoma State commit. He came into the game a few yards shy of the overall career record at Sallisaw. This time he's going to keep it with a patience where McTire pays off. He sheds a blocker and gets on the other side of the 50. It looked like that ball and that run was going nowhere before McTire just squirted through the offensive line.
Yeah, and a good job being patient, waiting for the hold to develop, and then doing a good job of getting up the field and making some guys miss.
He was coming into the game, Jason McTire, he was 350 yards behind Ben Oberste for total passing yards. Running along the right side is Blaylock. He picks up the first down, and right now Momentum is wearing a Jordan Brand black jersey here in Sallisaw.
It certainly is. Blaylock doing a good job. I mean, nice vision. he saw the outside. All he had to do was bow out wide enough to get away from one defender who was being blocked.
As I said, it was 350 passing yards short of Ben Oberste for the school record as a passer, but he's also came into the game at 45 career touchdowns. He was one behind Ben Oberste in that category. Blaylock up the middle. Not a lot doing that time. But with the pass to McHenry, that means that he's tied for the school lead. Is that right, Dion? That math adds up.
1 + 1 = 2.
It wouldn't be 1. It would be just +1.
1 + 1 = 2.
Okay, whatever. I haven't missed a touchdown in there, have I? I'm not overlooking one. It's been a long game.
1 + 1 = 2.
Okay. Thank you. Blaylock running near side, picks up a few. Brings up third down. OOLAGAH trying to flex its defensive muscle before this game gets out of hand. So are you a fan of Jumpman jerseys in football?
Very much so. I'm a fan of Jumpman in anything.
Okay.
Jordan all day.
That's
Jordan
fair.
brand.
So you big Last Dance guy then.
What a summer. What a summer.
McTire trying to keep it, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Penetration by Caden Smith. Huge tackle that time for OOLAGAH. Brings up 4th down, and the Mustangs aren't out of it yet.
Yeah, you can see the replay. Zone read once again, trying to bounce it to the outside, and there's an OOLAGAH defender waiting for him. Normally they've had someone to get that block and kick out the defensive end. Not this time.
4th and 6, 6:20 to go. McTire's trying to see if he could draw OOLAGAH off sides. OOLAGAH not biting. McTire gets the snap on 4th down, looking left the entire way. There's nobody over there. McTire finds a man in the middle of the field now. Those scramble rules we were talking about a little earlier come up huge. Sallisaw with the 1st down as the pass is complete to Blake Brown.
You got to give all the credit in the world to the offensive line for allowing McTire to have that much time outside the pocket. I mean, he was just waiting and waiting and waiting for one of his receivers to come open. Finally, one does, coming across the middle, and he threads the needle and puts that ball on the money.
McHenry coming into the game for Sallisaw. Pardon me, that's Trenton Jones, not McHenry. He's at the tight end position. See if they don't try and sneak him out again. Almost a similar play. This time they're going to run it right side. Blaylock trying to cut it to the outside. He'll be cut off, but he does pick up a gain of about 6 on 1st down. Brings up 2nd down and manageable.
And right now you see this the Sallisaw offense just wearing down the OOLAGAH defense.
And this is a textbook drive here to put the game away. Taking down the clock is going to have a timeout on the field. And OOLAGAH, since the game getting away, so they're going to call a timeout, see if they can't come out with a big stop at Sallisaw. 5:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. 22-0 is the score in favor of Sallisaw here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
What's the season all about? It's about people, places, and a feeling of how thankful we are because of where we are, especially during the holidays. So stay connected with Bravado's best deal of the year. Get a free smartphone with 2 months free service when you bundle unlimited home internet and unlimited talk, text, and data. Go bold. Go Bravado. For details on all of our holiday deals, visit bravadowireless.com.
Welcome back into the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. 22-0 is the score in favor of Sallisaw. Sallisaw on the doorstep trying to punch it in again, and OOLAGAH hoping that this isn't their last dance of the season, Dion.
Great one. Good job. That was a 7.
I missed you. You know that?
Yeah, I missed you too, buddy.
5:19 to go. Sallisaw has been able to basically do whatever they want through the pass game or the run game. What are you doing here to pick up the 1st down or punch this one in?
You know, you stick with that running game. It's been working successfully for you in this job, and you got to go to Dotson.
They're going to go to the air. McTire looking back of the end zone. Pass batted down. Nice athletic play in the secondary for OOLAGAH, and that brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and I think it was number 31 out there, but I'm not too sure right now if that was defender Ashton Wright.
That was indeed Ashton Wright on the far side. Great job of reading the quarterback's eyes and stepping
and
up.
He just got a fingertip on the football, and because of it, like, it deflects and it spins a weird way, and the Sallisaw wide receiver can't put his hands on it.
I think that shows, though, you go to the air trying to get the touchdown, but I think that shows that you have 2 downs here if you're Sallisaw, and you fully believe that you can pick up these 4 yards. Blaylock stops in the backfield, keeps his momentum going. This is going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage, or pardon me, the 1st down marker. It's going to depend on the measurement of where they spot this. They are indeed going to give Isaiah Blaylock the 1st down. 1st and goal from the 4, clock winding. OOLAGAH seeing their season wind down if they can't come up with a big stop and get something going on offense as well. Sallisaw, meanwhile, sees Wagner in their sights. Blaylock, left side, loses the ball. Ball on the ground. Who's going to come up with it? It's a scramble for it, and OOLAGAH does. A goal line stand for the Mustangs, and they're not done yet.
And he fumbled on the 1-inch line.
Oh, man. Huge momentum shifter right there if you are the OOLAGAH Mustangs. Just when you thought that this game was going to be out of reach, you come up inches to spare.
And you can see it on the replay, and it'd be interesting to see if his knee was down before the ball came out.
Now, if you're OOLAGAH, you have got to stay focused on offense here, because this is a prime position for Sallisaw to sack you in the backfield and get a push on that offensive line and see if they can't get a safety.
If you're OOLAGAH, you just got to get one first down here.
Blake Salt goes under center, and they're electing to go with a QB sneak. They're going to say that Salt did get out of the end zone.
Yeah,
I wouldn't run that one again.
Yeah, they're going to say his forward progress was at the 1, but I'm telling you right now, he barely got to the 1.
That's a push for Sallisaw. This is a dangerous situation. If you want to run it up the middle, Sallisaw's got the big guys up there. If you want to try and take it to the outside, Sallisaw gives you get that potential for Sallisaw to get you in the end zone. We'll see what OOLAGAH likes to do. See, Salt throws it, snap through the hands of Salt, goes out of the back of the end zone, and just like we were talking about, you got to be perfect on the goal line. OOLAGAH was not. That's a free 2 points. It's going to make it 24-0. Still technically a 3-possession game, but Sallisaw is going to get the ball back.
Yeah, and it looks like it was a situation where he just had his, I don't know, it just
right through his hands.
Just right through his hands.
That snap's a little high, but that's one of those situations you got to believe Dion, where Salt's got 8 things to worry about there. He's trying to figure out where the defense is lined up. He's trying to make sure that his guys have a push, and that way he doesn't get sacked in the end zone. And he didn't do the first thing that you have to do, which is catch the ball.
Catch the ball.
4:29 to go. The free 2 points. I don't want to call them free. Sallisaw earned them. Give the Sallisaw Black Diamonds a 24-0 lead. You take another look at the Bravado Wireless replay. Salt gets his hands up. Snaps right there. Just goes right through him.
He doesn't look it in all the way. You can tell the last split second he looks away from that football, and it goes right through his hands.
Just had all the momentum kind of shifting towards OOLAGAH. I guess I won't say all of it, but there was momentum shifting towards OOLAGAH with the goal line stand, and then just to kind of shoot yourself in the foot and have it come all right back, because you're going to have to get the ball back to Sallisaw.
Yeah, that defense does a good job of, never giving up, even in the red zone. Made a play, and they're rewarded with the safety from their offense.
4:29 left to go, third quarter. Winner of this game plays Wagner next week. Wagner undefeated on the year in 4A, one of the top 2 teams in 4A. Be an interesting matchup. The kick is away, and it'll be fielded at the 35. Running right with not a lot of room is Ashton Foster. We mentioned next week's opponent, the Wagner Bulldogs, waiting in the wings to see who they will play. Well, they have already played the OOLAGAH Mustangs. They played earlier in the year, and Wagner beat OOLAGAH 48-0. Wagner, you see that 24 on the scoreboard scored by Sallisaw? Wagner has only allowed 39 points all year. That's in 10 games.
That's pretty impressive.
So whoever wins this game is going to have their hands full. Right now, Sallisaw completely in the driver's seat for that honor. Looking left is McTire. He's got it all day. Going to take a shot down the field. 2 OOLAGAH defenders are there. And the pass comes down to the Sallisaw wide receiver. A huge play that time by McTire to Riley Scavo.
And let me be the first. Let me be the first to say, as you guys take a look at that replay, hey, the 2 defensive backs back there for OOLAGAH, you just got lost.
Oh, and there's a flag on the play. What a great catch is going to be called back, Dion. You see, that's going to be a long, slow walk. You got Moss doesn't even count.
That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
But that's okay. We'll show it again for our pleasure anyway. Great catch. Just right over the top of the two guys. I thought that was going to be another opportunity for OOLAGAH to come up with an interception and maybe get some momentum going back their way.
Can it be the play of the game if it doesn't stand?
If it doesn't even count?
Yeah.
It can be our play of the game.
I mean, can it though?
There's no rules.
But there's got to be like some unwritten rules.
This is bravado.
Some standards.
You got to have the bravado to go out there and have a play that didn't even count be the play of the game. Running left side, Blaylock trying to cut it upfield. Not a whole lot of space. A hit along the sidelines. And you're going to hear it from the Sallisaw fans. It's, to each his own. The other side, OOLAGAH had something to gripe about a few possessions ago. Maybe the Sallisaw fans have something to gripe about there.
Did we get what that flag was on that catch?
It's a 15-yard penalty, so I do not know.
Yeah, that was my question. Was it like a personal foul or something?
It would I guess it would have to be. I did not see the white hat. I just saw them running backwards. This time, Blaylock is going to cut it up at the hash marks. Blaylock with room to run. He picks up the first down and then falls down trying to make a cut. That was great vision that time by Blaylock. He was going towards the outside, saw that his blockers were along that hash mark, and cut it up.
Yeah, and he does a nice cutback right here. You see him go up the field and then find the outside once again. He tries to cut it back one more time. Looked like his foot got stuck in the turf, and the defender was able to hop on top of him.
And that turf is becoming all too common around high schools. That's not a bad thing. I made it sound like it was a bad thing. But back in your day, Dion, even playing in Texas high school footballs, this Sim Kilpatrick getting the ball in the end around with a nice few moves and picking up the first down. Was turf common basically where you played at high level Texas high school football?
Yes, as you try to call me old and that little slight. Don't think I didn't catch that underhanded compliment right there. Little dig that you just gave me.
I'm just giving this man compliments left and right.
What are you talking about? Back in my day, we didn't play. What are you saying? You think we played on the AstroTurf?
I just didn't even know if the football was the same shape.
The Superdome or something? Golly, man. Yes, I played on this turf. As Kilpatrick takes it to the right side of the field to the outside.
The eyes that Dion is giving me right now.
How old do you think I am?
Oh, I don't know. See, this is why
don't think you're slick, mister, all right? Don't think you're slick. Heard that tone in your voice.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, it is becoming, as I was saying before Dion interrupted.
Kids these days.
Turf is becoming common really throughout all levels of football, for good or bad. I kind of liked playing on natural grass, but that's just me.
I was allergic. I didn't like it too much.
Okay, that's fair. 2:45 to go. To the end zone go the Sallisaw Black Diamonds, and the pass is bobbled 2, 3, 4 times. The intended target that time, Riley Scavo. Scavo is doing a juggling act at the end of that play.
Although it wasn't a completion, that was a nice throw by McTire, and he gave his wide receiver an opportunity where only he could get the football.
Jackson McTire is a very capable quarterback. Definitely a field general out on the field for the Sallisaw offense. He's going to keep it himself. Running right side, picks up the first down on third down. Stumbles ahead just short of the 10-yard line.
And a good job once again. When they need those yards, they call on the zone read and works to perfection.
How do you defend the zone read if you're the defense?
Well, obviously, it is a situation where your linebackers have to flow. Defensive end has to stay on the outside and stay on that quarterback. When they give that ball to the running back, linebackers got to be there to make a play.
Kilpatrick doing a lot of dancing. He must be fun at homecoming as he passes the 5-yard line. Gets right up to that first down marker. They are going to indeed give him the first down. I don't even know, could you have a homecoming dance this year, or did COVID ruin that too?
Probably. Yeah, no dances.
It's just the worst.
It's been a rough year for these guys, especially the seniors of this year, because it's like a situation where all the things that they were looking forward to all since freshman year, being participants in so many, special things.
Retired gives it right side Blaylock, nothing doing. Right down at the 3. All the activities, everything that you want to do as a senior, you don't a lot of the time you don't get to do.
And the administration and everybody's tried to, do different creative things to try to give these guys, still lifelong memories, but it's not the same, and we all know it. But these kids have, been tough and handled the adversity well.
Dion, there's something that's unique about this season. Well, not just one thing. There's multiple things that have been unique about this season. But as you see McTire under center, and Blaylock dots the I, and they said they're going to give it to the fullback. Fullback pushing forward. Trenton Jones into the end zone. Give the big man a touchdown, and it is 30-0 Sallisaw. Well, I thought they came in and signaled it. There it is. That was a late signal, but they did give it to him. Take another look at the replay. The fullback, Jones, gets in.
Guess the refs thought it was kind of rhetorical. Saw the big man cross the goal line. Oh, y'all need our signals too? Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah, I still got to do my job? All right. But as I was mentioning, we're going to see the extra point be attempted by Hunter Hutchinson. When you're doing all these broadcasts, Dion, you sometimes see a lot of homecoming games. Those are games that teams think that they can win, or whatever. Throughout the course of a season, you're going to see stuff like that. Something I saw this year that was kind of unique, I saw 4 different senior nights, which is normally the night reserved for the last home game of the year. But since so many teams didn't know when their last home game would be, they got it out of the way early. I saw, I think, 4 different senior nights. It was kind of unique.
And that was a smart move by the administration and the people that make those decisions. Hey, we want to give the parents and the kids an opportunity to celebrate them being seniors and making it to this point in their life and their high school career. So might as well do it early and get these pictures out of the way.
You see Trenton Jones coming into the huddle late there on your screen. He's got that ball in his hands. I wonder if that's the one he just scored.
Looks like he's the one he's about to kick.
$31-0 the score, and this one might just be over, Dion. I know there's still 13 minutes left in this game, but the way the OOLAGAH offense has performed today, the fact that their quarterback only has basically one ankle to work with, there are positives for both teams. OOLAGAHs are fewer and far between, but you still have an opportunity here for 13 minutes to play some guys, get some guys some experience. And I'm not trying to read too far into it if you're OOLAGAH, but both of these teams have a very tough matchup against Wagner ahead. And so, OOLAGAH's already faced Wagner once this year. Maybe they're okay with giving Sallisaw the you can go ahead and have that one.
Yeah, I would definitely start thinking about getting some guys out, getting some other players some more experience into the game, and resting my players, because it sounds like the Sallisaw team's going to have a game next week.
Ball carrier brought down. They're going to give him forward progress to the 25-yard line. Going to give us an opportunity to let you know this game is brought to you by Bravado Wireless. Go to your local Bravado Wireless dealer. They've got the new iPhone for you if you would like that. They've also got some sweet Androids to hook you up with as well if you'd rather have that. They can also hook you up with wireless internet. Bravado Wireless is your local partner in the wireless game, so make sure to call, go online, or visit a store today. That's bravadowireless.com. Screen pass being set up by OOLAGAH. Pass complete. A.J. Streeter. Streeter picks up positive yards. We'll give him 7.
That was a nice open field tackle as well by the safety, number 12, Cole Stevens. 12, kind of like that iPhone 12 that Bravado Wireless has available for you in store and over their website.
Let me tell you, it's pretty sick.
How would you know?
I got me one.
What?
Yeah, I got me one. See, Dion, those guys at Bravado, they will hook you up. Let me just tell you, as they line up the middle, Not a lot doing that time for Bryce Stevens. They hooked me up, and they can hook you up as well. You just go into your local Bravado wireless store. See, it's a lot easier than trying to find the PlayStation 5 right now.
Oh, man with many desires.
A man of great taste, as some would say. Right now, the OOLAGAH Mustangs, they don't like the taste that they have in their mouth. They trail 31-0 to Sallisaw's 12-minute stand between the Sallisaw Black Diamonds in the second round of the playoffs here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
From nationwide coverage to live high school sports to the great outdoors and so much more, we've got something for you. We're a local wireless carrier right here in Oklahoma. We work for your town, in your town. But great cell phone signal in rural areas is just scratching the surface. We also broadcast live events from all over eastern Oklahoma. High school football, basketball, baseball, dirt track races, livestock shows, and community events. Everything to keep you connected in your community. We're also producing original shows like Connect Outdoors and Cooking Wild that shines a light on real Oklahoman experiences. You can find us at bravadowireless.com, or you can search for us on Facebook or YouTube. You can even find us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download their app straight to your phone, Apple TV, Smart TV, or Roku. We don't just create for Oklahoma, we are Oklahoma. We're Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's service provider.
Welcome back into the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. You did miss a play. Wade Bright running right tackle. Lunges for the first down. Marcus should take another look, and he will pick up the first down. So OOLAGAH offense will stay on the field. Clock runs, and be a good opportunity for OOLAGAH to maybe get some positive momentum going. I would say going into next week, but there may not be a next week for OOLAGAH if they can't pull off some kind of miracle here. Blake Salt, the quarterback, hands it off, and gain of 2. There's a balance as a coach you got to find. If you're going into the last quarter of a game losing 31-0, you want to play some of the guys that maybe need some experience. But also, if you have seniors on this team, you want to give them their last shot before their high school career is over. And guys like Blake Salt, another guys out there as well. Devin Anchorage, he's a senior. A little pop pass to AJ Streeter, the sophomore, goes nowhere. In fact, loses 3. He'll bring up third down and 11.
Interesting, trying to see who made that play because he did a good job of taking on the block, forcing the issue, and then being there to make the play.
Let's see if OOLAGAH likes to go to the air on 3rd and long. Anchorage is at the far side of the screen. Streeter to the near. Salt elects to hand it off, and running right side, Nate Morrow. He picks up 2.
Yeah, nobody blocks the backside defender, and he comes in there and makes a nice tackle to force a 4th down. And now the punt team will come on.
I don't know. Why not go for it? Maybe I've been playing too much PlayStation.
These Madden guys always think they can coach.
Yeah, definitely don't think that. Punts away, and it's a good one. It's going to roll all the way to the 25-yard line. Back deep for Sallisaw was Cole Stevens. He likes to let it roll. That's where the Sallisaw Black Diamonds will take over. 9:25 to go. They lead 31-0. Trotting out there once again is Jackson McTire. McTire, given lots of responsibility in this offense, they are very comfortable with letting him change the play at the line of scrimmage, as we have seen all throughout this game. He's got a career high of 399 yards passing and a single game career high. Not today either. That was just his career high. I feel like I didn't deliver that stat very well. McTire.
No, you're doing just fine.
Oh, there's some positive reinforcement. I don't know what that's like. McTire picks up 8, 2nd and 2. Wagner's definitely been a beast in the 4A, 10-0
They
this
certainly
year.
have. I'm telling you right now, this is their classification to lose.
Running left side with space to go is Isaiah Blaylock. Blaylock, there's a penalty on the play. Blaylock's going to be brought up short, just short of the 20-yard line. The ball came out. See if OOLAGAH recovered it. There's a scrum at
And they
the
saying
23.
they got the ball.
OOLAGAH does say there's 2 flags come down just past the 50-yard line. We'll have to sort out that. Is just a strip right there, I believe, on the strip. That was Wade Bright. It is indeed OOLAGAH ball as they signal that. We'll have to figure out what happens with the penalties. If they are against Sallisaw, OOLAGAH can decline them. Get the ball back.
And I'm telling you, and if it wasn't a fumble right there, that play was gonna come back because again, number 8, Brock Strayoun, is holding on the play.
Can't have that. Yeah, Brock Strone really having a hard time holding blocks over there. It is indeed what happened. The penalty is declined. OOLAGAH takes over.
And here's the thing, the runners run past him. He's just got to let go.
Yeah. It's awareness, situational awareness, and awareness of where the ball carrier is on the goal.
And again, Dobson, that's his 2nd fumble in this half.
Yeah,
he's going to have to clean that up for next week.
And that's something that you can't have against a team like Wagner. You can't give them free possessions. You need to take the ball away from them a few times, and you can't do anything yourself if you're going to pull off the upset. Run over right side, nothing doing for OOLAGAH. What a great year of high school football it has been broadcasting on Bravado Wireless. And just like dessert comes at the end of the meal, get a nice little treat with Dion Amade joining me here at the end of the season. That's pass interference. Anchorage tried to come back to the ball. In coverage was Blake Brown. Brown got there a little bit before the ball. That's a tough situation in coverage. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah, because when the ball's in the air, you're kind of panicking, but you're right. He's just a tad bit early, and the ref is forced to throw the flag. And the OOLAGAH fan base gives him a round of applause because certainly saying, thank you, finally, you throw a flag on us.
Yeah. Listen, there's some passionate fan bases on either side. OOLAGAH not that far away, just a 2-hour drive, to get here to Sallisaw. Just a split second early, and when you're in coverage like that, as a DB, a former DB, I'm sure you know that there's just not a lot that you can do there when the ball's underthrown like that.
And here's a coaching technique for these kids. Instead of swiping at the defender's of the opposing player's hand, you stab your hand in there. You make yourself a target for the ball to hit and bounce out. Instead of hitting the defender, you just get in his line of sight, you get in his way, and you don't allow him to catch the ball. That's something that you learn as you get into the next level of this game. Stab, don't swipe.
It looks a lot less guilty, too.
Exactly.
Quarterback keeper that time. That is obviously not Blake Salt in there at the quarterback position. That was the keeper. I believe that was Wade Bright. Was indeed. Bright, the senior, getting some play at quarterback. The backup quarterback, Joseph Griswold for OOLAGAH, found himself hurt after taking 2 snaps earlier in the game.
Yeah, just running a little bit of wildcat.
Pitch out right side. Not a lot doing for Anchorage, and a good job of penetration by the front line of making Anchorage readjust. He couldn't keep his momentum going towards the outside.
Nice tackle by Cole Stevens.
His name's been said quite a few times today, Cole Stevens.
Coming up, making some tackles in the open field.
Seven minutes to go in the first round of the 4A playoffs. pass out to the right side, almost a one-handed catch by Anchorage. You know, almost redirected that ball into his grasp, but instead, pass falls incomplete from Wade Bright.
A lot of emotions on that play. I went from thinking it was going to be an interception. I was like, that's guaranteed an interception. Then I thought, okay, good job by the wide receiver. And then he almost brought it in for a one-handed grab, and I was like, oh, we could have a play here. But all of that for an incompletion. And a fourth down.
Dion hasn't had that much emotion since he saw his food come out at the restaurant last week. Keeping it and running. That's not what you want to see. Is the quarterback Blake Salt. Salt running, trying to get that first down as he hobbles up and out. He will not pick up that first down. It'll be turnover on downs.
Yeah, he won't. And you got to commend Salt, though, for him trying to gut out this performance here today. Although because of the injury, he hasn't been 100%, and he hasn't had the best game, but his team needed him, and they needed him to play that quarterback position, especially when the backup quarterback went out as well. And he's been a tough customer all day, and he's got up and found a way to get back into that huddle.
Hopefully he's all right and be able to work that out. Maybe he can get in there one more time, maybe complete a pass for his last play of his high school career. Running left side with space to go is the running back. That is Ashton Foster for Sallisaw. There is, once again, a penalty along the OOLAGAH sideline. They will probably be holding against Sallisaw. Something they've got to clean up as well going into next week's game.
And they find their way to the kicking net. Make sure they give that some love.
That's not a staple on every sideline in high school football. Right? That is a staple in college football, but that's semi-unique for OOLAGAH. Tire give running right side, and there is not a lot doing for Ashton Foster. Somehow he's still on his feet, though.
And he tried every which way, but there just seemed to be OOLAGAH defenders coming from every direction.
That's it. When you're Foster, you get up, you see the guys that are picking you up are the offensive linemen, and you go, hey, guys, I love you, but did you block anybody?
I mean, he ran about 30 yards and gained 0.
Looking around at all those big fellas saying, all right, gentlemen, I can make 1, 2, 3, 4 miss even, but 11's a tall task. Running right once again, Foster. He made another man miss, but he's going to be dropped in the backfield. Not a lot doing that time. Foster being the punching bag for the OOLAGAH defense on this drive. We got a man down on the field. Timeout on the field. We're going to take it with him. 5:25 to go. 31-0 is the score in favor of Sallisaw here on the Bravado Wireless game of the week.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer one line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back into the Bravado Wireless game of the week. Sallisaw leading 31-0 over the OOLAGAH Mustangs. You see an injured player on the field. We believe we have identified him as Brody Sappington, a junior. He has been all over the field tonight, Dion.
Yeah, he certainly has. Been in the backfield, making plays near the sideline, doing a good job pursuing to the football. Been impressed by him and what he's done on the field today.
$5:25 to go, as we hope that Sappington is all right. He hasn't moved a whole lot since he's been down on the field. A lot of emotions are running for both of these teams, even though the game is 31-0. Dion, I do want to point this out as Sappington gets to his feet. Slowly walk off. Looks like he's mainly doing that under his own power. You know, we really haven't broadcast a blowout game this entire year until you came around.
So you're blaming this on me? Hey, man.
I'm not saying it's not you.
You called me, okay? You said it was playoff time, Dion, and I need you, and I came running. And you know what? The way you treated me this evening,
how have I treated? I've just given you compliment after compliment after compliment.
Don't worry. I will be making that phone call to your wife and your mom, and I will tell them how you displayed and how you behaved today.
Well, behaving rather rudely to the OOLAGAH Mustangs is the running back Foster. He does fumble at the end. That's something that's become a problem for Sallisaw as well. You gotta have good ball control. Those are two things that are gonna come back to bite you in the rear end when you play Wagner. You gotta have good ball control and you can't have penalties.
Ball security is a must. The second half, I'm telling you right now, these kids are gonna go up to the field house on Saturday, look at the film, and coach is gonna replay those fumbles and say, you think you did something? You did it. You won a game, but you had about 3 almost turnovers in the second half of the game.
Good job by the Sallisaw front 5 all game long. They have been a key to Sallisaw's 31-0 lead. And run over left tackle does not pick up the first down on 4th. It'll be a turnover on downs. 4:21 to go here in Sallisaw. The entire town looks like they turned out here, Dion. This field, by the way, not located at the high school of Sallisaw. It's located in the town, which is kind of unique.
Well, I mean, wherever this field is located, there's a lot of support for it. I mean, you can see the sponsorships on the field.
That's very true.
There's quite a bit of them.
It costs some money. I mean, you may not have known this because you didn't play on turf back when you played, but it takes some money to put some turf into a field. It's not cheap, unlike grass. The run over left side picks up the first down.
I didn't play on grass. I played on turf as well.
Yeah, Dion, like this is not real grass. Like it's called AstroTurf. It's kind of crazy. Like I know that people will call grass turf, but this is actually turf.
And you know what? It's not AstroTurf.
It's really not.
Yeah.
AstroTurf. If it was AstroTurf, there'd be guys bleeding everywhere.
I remember those days.
I thought you weren't that old, Dion.
I remember those days. I didn't say I played in those days.
Sure. 3:30 to go. OOLAGAH with the ball. And just turned into a circus up here on top of the press box. Blake Salt in at quarterback. He's going to get the throw. He's looking right, throws it up, a one-on-one coverage. The pass is almost intercepted. That was almost a one-handed. They say he caught it. He definitely did not catch it, but they said he caught it. They said that's an interception. Coming up with a huge interception is Cade Rydell.
I mean, it was a very impressive play. It was, you got to give him that, but I don't know if he came down with that thing. We got to see.
The Whitehead comes in and gives Sallisaw the ball.
We got to see a replay of that because he was defending the wide receiver and he looked back and was able to corral it with his arm.
So impressive.
But it came out when it hit the ground, but the referees are saying it's a completed catch. And I mean, they have a better view than we do. Impressive.
Yeah. I mean, you get credit for it in the stat book. You can go back and watch it. Oh, man. Sallisaw is going to be content to run the ball here. Running right side is Foster. Foster's come in to take some decent carries here in the second half and really take over that running back position as they don't, Sallisaw doesn't want either one of their running backs to, they've been carrying the workload to get hurt before their next round matchup against Wagner.
And I think if they just get one first down, there'll be enough to seal the game.
Oh, but OOLAGAH has 2 timeouts, Dion. They could take them.
Why would you say that? they're not going to take those timeouts.
Getting it into the pocket is McTire. Running left side. Pick up a few. That's Blaylock is back in. Isaiah Blaylock, sophomore. They talked about, coming into the game, we talked about McTire and how he's a good game manager, a good general out there on the field, Dion. He has shown that he is very capable at that quarterback position of being a guy that not only can Sallisaw depend on to be a field general, but to really direct and lead his offense. His run over right tackle picks up 2. Cool, call you back. 1:30 to go in this fourth quarter, 4th and 9 upcoming. Next week, the Bravado Wireless game of the week will continue to travel. We've got a good matchup between Hilldale and Grove.
Oh, that's a very good matchup.
At Hilldale. Hilldale Hornets, we saw them last week. It's hard to believe that it was last week. As they get a timeout on the field, 1:04 to go. In the battle for the rock between Hilldale and Fort Gibson.
That one's always a good one. 2 rivalries that you, man, love being a part of.
Man, we got to watch the Battle for the Rock is a fantastic rivalry, as you said, but also another good rivalry. One of the best in the state is really the Shakota-Eufaula game. It was at Eufaula last year, at Shakota this year. Another great matchup. Dontier Fisher, running back for Shakota, that's getting looks. I believe in the week before that Eufaula game, he got an offer from Iowa State. But it was Eufaula, the underclassed team, that came up with a big win there. And that's back-to-back wins for the Eufaula Ironheads in that matchup. That's one of the great rivalries in Oklahoma high school football, along with that battle for the rock.
I agree.
They flew the rock in on a helicopter.
What?
Yeah. At the beginning of the game. This punt is going to be shanked. You go out of bounds. We'll have to just depend on where they spot this. I think that's a very favorable spot for Sallisaw. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. He's backing it on up right at the 31. 55 seconds to go, and it'll be another fantastic matchup. Dion, whether or not I get to see you next week, it's been fantastic to have you up here in the booth.
Certainly has, man. I'm gonna say this with a heavy heart. You know, didn't really miss you. Didn't really miss you. Huh.
I thought we had a bond.
I'm trying to do this thing where I tell the truth now. So.
Oh. We're telling the truth, huh?
Just kidding, man. I missed you.
Blake Salt, pass complete over the right side. That is AJ Streeter. I even printed off rosters for you today, man.
I said I was kidding.
I wonder if that might be the last pass of Blake Salt's career here at OOLAGAH. See if they don't. They might try and get into the end zone. Salt is going to go to the air. Pass in the air. Has a man. Touchdown, Blake Salt. That is on the reception, Anchorage. Anchorage gets into the end zone. That's a good way for both of those guys to go out. Devin Anchorage, the senior, on the reception. Blake Salt, the senior, with the pass. And that would be a good way to tie the knot on a great career for the OOLAGAH Mustangs.
Yeah, and again, Sallisaw, they don't get the goose egg, but it's a good job for OOLAGAH to come in there and never quit.
They don't get the goose egg, but something that we have seen, whether or not the second team is in for Sallisaw is something to be determined, but even with the first string in, Sallisaw got beat one-on-one in passing down, which is somewhat worrisome as that line drive kick goes through. The extra point is up and through for Blake Oliphant.
And that was a play they've been trying to hit all day, that post route. Because the outside leverage and the man-to-man defense, they thought they had an advantage with Anchorage, and they finally got what they were looking for.
That's a play that Salt missed. One of the first plays of the game, the first drive of the game for OOLAGAH. It could have set the tone. It could have been 7-0 in favor of the Mustangs. Instead, long story short, it has been all Sallisaw. Sallisaw will get the kickoff, and you got to assume that they'll get it. Take one knee, and that'll be all she wrote for the Bravado Wireless game of the week. Dion, let's go ahead and do this. Who you got for your player of the game, Bravado Wireless player of the game?
You know, honestly, there's a number of guys that I've been thinking about here lately. I mean, first of all, the quarterback, McTire, he had an excellent game, especially running the football. Number 21 came in, Isaiah Blaylock came in and played a tremendous game in that second half. And then number 18, Dotson, he's been impressive throughout the contest.
Yeah.
Very much so.
So we're going to give 3 players of the game.
No, we're not. We're going to simplify it. We're going to simplify it after the kick.
Right after this kick. Kick is away, and it'll be caught at the 20-yard line. Not a lot doing that time for Cole Stevens. All right, who you got, Dion?
So I'm going to go ahead and give it to number 18, my man, Mr. Dotson. Because of the fact that I like the way he ran the football, low center of gravity, was tough, made some moves between the tackles, and was very explosive in the open field. But at the end of the day, he had a couple of turnovers. He needs to clean that up for next week, but I do think he had the best game out here on this field tonight.
Payson Dawson, the starting quarterback for Sallisaw. I'd give mine to McTire. I don't really get a vote here, though. But Dawson really wasn't just needed a whole lot. Blaylock was really the back that was used more often because, well, Sallisaw didn't need Dotson. The victory formation is the best formation for the team that is winning, Dion, as Sallisaw, their first and guaranteed only home game of the playoffs, results in a 31-7 victory for the Black Diamonds. Overall, impressive. As we mentioned McTire, we mentioned Dotson, but let's mention a few things about the OOLAGAH Mustangs before we sign off here. It just, Blake Salt, you could tell that he had the gusto to win this game if he was healthy, but just being hindered by not being healthy really hurt.
Yeah, and that was unfortunate because I wanted to see both these teams come out here and put out the best performance that they could, but with the starting position of the quarterback being what it was, it just wasn't in the cards for OOLAGAH tonight. I'm sure a lot of these kids were hoping for a different outcome, but they fought to the bitter end. They did get on the board and, show some pride. But at the end of the day, this Sallisaw offense and the Sallisaw team was just too much for the Mustangs.
OOLAGAH taking advantage of the year of COVID where they get to go in to the playoffs despite wherever they finish, which they did finish 5th in the 4A3. They finished the season 3-6. And hats out to Blake Salt, Devin Anchorage, and Zhang Jr. as well for the Mustangs, played well on defense. Now flipping it over to the other side, Dion, Sallisaw, they are going on the road. This is appropriate music to play Wagner, and that is going to be a tall task.
Yeah, it certainly is. And if they're going to win versus Wagner, they're going to have to find a way to run the football. They're going to see this game film, and they're going to see this tape, and they're going to see how much they love to run that quarterback zone read play and how much Sallisaw's quarterback, number 3, McTire, loves to keep it, especially if he sees the read that he wants. And they're going to be prepared for it. They're going to have to find other ways to get the ball north and south between the tackles. That's going to be the key for them winning that game because those Wagner Bulldogs, they don't mess around.
No, they do not at all. Undefeated on the year, and that's where Sallisaw will travel. Well, we are traveling to Hilldale for the Hilldale Grove matchup. Make sure to tune in to Bravado Wireless wherever you're watching us right now. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Tune back into Bravado TV if you're watching us there, as we'll be back next week, 7 o'clock, here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Well, for Dion Amade, good to see you, my man, and the entire Bravado Wireless crew, I am Seth Gamble saying so long. We will see you back here next week. Your final score, 31-7. Sallisaw over OOLAGAH here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.
I made the devil run. I gave him poison just for fun. I had one friend, now there's none. I made the devil run. I broke so many bones.